I'm a straight, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, here been the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
That was Smooth by Nikki. What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweight. I am Eazy, joined by Christopher, Platty, Nicholas, Koloff. Maybe at some point we'll be joined by Brendan. I think you guys met Brendan one time during I think we did a watch party with Brendan before, for the very first actual preseason game with the Detroit Lions versus the Chargers. Or it may have been, no, actually it was the Falcons game that Brendan was here for, because we made him pay $80 for liquor. Shout out to Sun Cruiser. And that's not, by the way, don't think Sun Cruiser is expensive. We just got a whole lot of it, because obviously we're a whole lot of men. The show's called The Heavyweights for a reason. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Today, I had the pleasure of being at the Detroit Lions training camp. Ooh, brother, I love it. Like, every year I go, if you guys have been watching this show for more than 1 year, you guys know every single year I am down at training camp Monday through Friday if I'm allowed. And I know, I see people, I see fans in the stands every once in a while, and they're like, hey, like, why don't you go get credentialed to be down there? I like sitting my fat ass down. You know, I get to sit down. The other thing too, credentialed beat reporters, like, they can't all like say what's going on. I'm there as a fan. I can tweet whatever I see, whatever I hear. Like, there's a lot of rules. In fact, sometimes I was there at Booner today. Booner tweeted something out last week about, I think it was either a trick play or injury or something like that 2 weeks ago. And he got messaged with one of the beat reporters like, hey, you can't do that.
Demont.
Hey, guess what? I'm not a beat reporter. I can tweet whatever I want. I am watching as a fan. And as a fan, I got to tell you guys, the Detroit Lions, I won't use the word dominate, but I would say they came on top. They came on top. Pause. For all you weirdos out there, shout out to my guy Aaron to the Stone. The Detroit Lions came out on top today in the joint practice. However, it was much more competitive from the Houston Texans side than what we got out of the Miami Dolphins. If you guys are Miami Dolphins fans, they were kind of spazzing about the tweets about the Detroit Lions dominating them. They're sad about it. It's real. Your team is probably soft. And to be honest with you, shout out to the fantasy jerks and my guy Nick, Chris. I know anybody doing fantasy football, I think the Dolphins season might be similar to what it was last year. I really do. I think, obviously, they lost Tua Tagovailoa for a little bit, but he still played 12 games. But the fact they looked bad against us in practice, talking starters, and they looked bad against the Chicago Bears in joint practice, not a good sign. Not a good sign. Also not a good sign. I probably should save this one because this one's a little bit more for me in show. All right. I'll save it because Texans, listen, I'm a C.J. Stroud guy. I wanted the Detroit Lions to draft him once upon a time when it was expected he would fall to 6. I don't know why he was going to fall to 6, but that was the rumors. And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind grabbing that if it happened. They need to get him some offensive linemen. So, someone here said they need to draft some offensive linemen. We're going to get to it later in the show. They should have did it. They should have did it.
Or not traded their starting left tackle.
Yes. Yeah, that was nuts to me. It's tough, too, because, like, from this side of the microphone, from this perspective, as a fan, as a listener, as content creation, whatever you say this is, we're not in the locker room. Sometimes certain guys are, like, really, really good players, but, like, in the locker room, they're a pain in the ass. I'm not saying Jamie Collins was a world beater by any means, but remember when he was here in Detroit, and we just, like, out of nowhere after week 2, the Green Bay game, we cut him? He wasn't with the shits. He wasn't with the Dan Campbell mentality. And, like, you could be a good player, but if I'm coming as a new regime or just a leader in general and you're going against what I'm saying and you have a little bit of influence in the locker room because you're a vet, you won a Super Bowl or whatever it may be, maybe you're a Pro Bowler or All-Pro, you've done, like, Laremy Tunsil was some of those things, at least a Pro Bowler, one of the better left tackles in the league, I can't have you doing that. And I think that's some of the stuff maybe we don't see or understand. Because other than that, why in the world would you trade Laremy Tunsil when your offensive line is in that situation? That was truly mind-blowing stuff.
Please.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, you just got one of the best rookie quarterback seasons of all time, and you trade your left tackle. Honestly, just a head-scratcher there from the Houston Texans, who followed that up by not really addressing that offensive line. I expect to hear some domination from a man named Aiden Hutchinson when we break down Lions camp today, Easy, because I'm stoked to hear some insider information that only you have and nobody else.
I appreciate that, Nick. And yeah, we Definitely got there. We even got some notes from players in the field. Guys are coming here for the first time. DJ Reed spoke with the media and got some comments from him on Aiden Hutchinson and the defense in general. But the bullshit a little bit. Obviously, we got to do this. We do this every day before we get into the actual topics. Robert Porsche was there talking to Aiden Hutchinson. I know a lot of people, like, he somehow eludes, like, the Lions legends. We don't really talk about him a lot. He was an absolute dog in his day, but he was there. He was talking with Aiden Hutchinson. He kind of looks like Ezekiel Ansah a little bit. We had an OG in the building. Chris Long was there. I was hoping maybe we get like an Aiden Hutchinson sit down through Chris Long, Greenlight podcast. Shout out, former defensive end, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. I think, did he win one with the Patriots too, or just the Eagles? Do you remember, Nick?
I know it's definitely the Eagles. I don't know if he won one with the Pats, but I can check it out for you right now.
And he was drafted by the Rams. I remember Brad Holmes.
Two-time Super Bowl champion.
Two-time Super Bowl champion, Chris Long in the building today. We're at the facility because they practice outside. I thought we were going to get an Aiden Hutchinson podcast out of that. They let loose what that was going to be. It's Chris Long sitting down with Dan Campbell, which I'm looking forward to, and Chris Long sitting down with Penei Sewell. Speaking of sitting down with Penei Sewell, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for the rest of the show. We also, chat, if you're listening, for the fantasy footballers out there, again, shout out once more to the Fantasy Jerks that aired for the first time last night with Anson Wells and his co-host name eludes me at this moment. I apologize. I just met him for the first time last night. Terrific mustache, pair of glasses on him, knows his stuff. But we're doing a Woodward Fantasy League, and we need help figuring out how we're going to do the order of this draft. Like, I've done my draft that I do with my boys, the $400 league. I told you guys about it before. Like, we did marbles this year. Like, we dropped digital marbles, and they raced. I came in 7th. But what do you guys do?
So what I did is in my league, we do this thing we've done it the last couple of years, is like a horse race thing you can do online. It's like, it's basically kind of the same principle as what you're saying, I imagine. It's just a race. Everybody gets theirs. It's randomly generated. You could change it to like weigh certain people. Like if you want to go like, okay, the first place person gets this amount of boost or whatever if you wanted to. We just keep it completely random, but that's what we do every year. And then we throw it in on Discord, and so like everybody can screen watch it at the same time, and then that's it. That's how we do it. But now that we're having the draft in person this year, we're going to do actual like skills challenge and like actual events and stuff. We got
to figure out the draft order?
Yeah, because we got everybody flying in from LA and stuff. Like, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, damn.
You got some
fancy
friends in LA?
dude. Yeah, what?
Dude.
You got friends in LA?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Pacers guy?
Yeah, content guys. Yeah, some Lakers guys. My Pacers guy actually left the league. He was in the league and he left the league. But yeah.
Wow.
Wait, so you're doing a skills challenge to figure out your draft
And
order?
3-point shooting.
Chris,
yeah.
I gotta
for
say
NBA, I'm assuming then.
Yeah, for NBA.
Okay,
for
okay.
NBA,
Oh,
but yeah.
okay.
That
Yeah,
makes
that's
a
like
little
in,
sense.
but we're in person, so we could do something in person. I think
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be there, right?
Oh, you talking about for us?
Yeah.
Are you gonna? No, Nick didn't join. Nick's in 4 other leagues, and he doesn't love us. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna beat you up about it like Spinny does.
Do you want to hear what we did?
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
So this is the big money league that I just got into. I know these guys have been doing it for a while. We're doing the Tour Championship golf. It's like the top 30 golfers. So you got to like pick your guy with like basically the best odds is how you would typically pick it. So this weekend, in order of what those golfers finish, is our order, which I think is pretty cool for the first time. We wanted to do a softball home run derby, but getting everybody together on a weekend is crazy tough.
Yeah.
So to do something like this, I think it's fun. You incorporate, a sport to go with it. Obviously, not everybody's big in golf, but it's a fun one. I'll be tuning in to check out the scores here and there throughout the weekend.
Now, that's my other question too. Like, I feel like I care about where I am in the draft, but also I don't. It's about how you draft and the end of it. Mm-hmm. Do you guys care to be in a certain spot in the draft? Like, if you're in a competition, are you trying to win? Are you trying to lose? Because I know there once upon a time for me personally, I preferred the last pick.
Yes.
Like give me the corner where I can go back to back. I don't have to worry about like this guy sweat bullets if he's going to be taken or not. I can just go boom boom.
Yeah, and that was me too, especially in the NBA. But now that's shifted heavy. So like now my draft philosophy is just honestly the draft is like 75% of the season. Like there are those trades and those week 1, week 2 pickup acquisitions that like change a season and obviously injuries, but for the most part 70% of your work is done in the draft. Like if you draft a good team, you are pretty much right there. You got to just kind of draft like a top 4 or 5 team and then have luck and maybe a free agency pickup or two your way, and you're a contender. So that's kind of my philosophy, is just get in there and count on my ability to draft well in the back half.
I think another big thing, Chris, is if you can pick up one of the waiver wires early that get off to a hot start and then move them for well-known facts that have started slow. I think that's a big thing in fantasy football. Maybe go after the guy that hasn't been in the league too long. You take advantage of sometimes a hot start from one of your guys or some guy you picked up for 4 or 5 weeks. Then you maybe get, a top wide receiver that is going to pick it up down the stretch. Come playoff time. I think that's a big way to keep it up in fantasy. For sure. Easy, there was a super chat in there.
Shout out to the Detroit LFC.
Whoa!
Hey!
Little insider information here. That's a Detroit Lions security guard who holds down the bin coming around the corner until you get to the VIP section.
Oh!
And he promised today he would send a super chat.
Shout out!
And he would say, folks, if you're on my path, you cannot stop here. You got to be on the turf. All right, so just remember that. If you're walking that fine line, don't stop and take pictures. Don't stop and shake hands. Don't stop and kiss babies. Get your ass on the turf and off the path. All right? The flow of traffic matters. The man's job. He just spent money to declare it just now. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
That's awesome.
And shout out to you guys who are also smashing the like button and sharing the stream. Let's get some people in here. I'm going to need the chat today. I'm riding dolo. Chat, I need you today. I'm relying on you. I know sometimes we're going back and forth. I need you guys today. So hop in the chat, share the stream, tell a friend.
Let me talk to you.
Speaking of telling friends, if they're in trouble, Nick, where are you telling your best friend to go? Your dearest friend, you want them to come out on top in a legal situation.
You know what they're doing. They are calling the best fighter in the game that's going to come out on top for you. It is Ven Johnson Law. If you're ever in any trouble whatsoever, there's only one man to call, and it's over at Ven Johnson Law.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Listen, Buddy's Barbecue Brisket Pizza is one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. And I'm not even joking you. They got the jalapenos on it. They got the barbecue brisket on it. And, of course, the fresh mozzarella cheese that only Buddy's provides. They also got barbecue chicken salad, trying to keep it light. But they also got their own summer shandy. Make sure you check it out, Buddy's Pizza. Save yourself 10% on your order. That's not just your first order. That's any order. I'm putting you on game right now. Save 10% when you use promo code TimMill at Buddy'sPizza.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Order Heavyweight, live on WoodsportsCom. I'm Easy, joined by No Spin Rax. He's going up north, sharing his time with his family, getting some time with his family before he locks in for the football season. I'm joined by Christopher Palatti, Nicholas Koloff, Detroit Tigers beat reporter.
Let's go.
Hunting down Bobby Witt Jr. tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Easy, you got the multiple cameras today. It's all about you. Look at this. You got this
Hit
one.
me with it real
You
quick.
got that
I'm just
one.
gonna find everyone. All right.
You got that one.
Bam. Hit me up, another one. Bam. One more.
No,
No, you missed that one.
That's it.
no,
I get him.
boom.
So when you hit me with the side one, am I supposed to like still doing this, or am I doing this?
I mean,
Otherwise-
you're always.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm locking into you, baby.
Okay.
You're my babe for the day.
All right.
By the way,
This
when
one-
you sit on that left side, you can't really lock in like at that camera like you can on this one.
Yeah.
If you guys notice from like other shows, you like notice spinny. That's why I usually just look at you. Like this part of the desk is like off kilter in a sense. It's kind of weird. But shout out to Burn.
Shout out.
Whoa! We got a $2 super chat from Burn. He says Bears going 6-10. What will be their worst loss? I'd have to pull up the schedule. I'm pretty sure they play the Ravens just like us.
Yeah.
Their worst
And they're not
loss
like us.
Their worst loss will be week 2 against Detroit Lions. How about that?
at home for the Lions.
At home against Detroit Lions, week 2 will be the Chicago Bears' worst loss. And I'm actually being serious with that too. I'm not just throwing it out there because I'm a Lions fan. I'm being dead ass. You saw the K. Adam clips where Amon-Ra's chilling, Jahmyr Gibbs chilling, and she straight up asked him because Caleb did look good the other night. And there's 2 series of play against the Buffalo Bills' second string. First series looked good. Got to Loveland twice. I don't know who else he went with, but they scored. I think he was like, 6 for 10, 100 yards and a touchdown. Brother, first and foremost, that's the Bills' second string defense. Secondly, when I'm watching my Pro Bowl guys, my All-Pro guy, sit back and they're chuckling. They're laughing, like menacingly almost. And Ja goes, yeah, it's just weird seeing like our offense. Like those are our plays getting ran.
Yeah.
And those are the players. Like, you don't think Dan Campbell knows Ben Johnson's game plan inside and out? In fact, I would guarantee that these players in the Detroit Lions, the defense included, Kelvin Shepard played against that offense for 4 years now? And now he gets to call the plays against it? Kelvin Shepard's dominating Johnny Morton in practice this year because he knows that offense better than Johnny Morton does. Now, obviously, he doesn't know it better than Ben, but he knows what that offense is. Been doing that for 4 years. You think the defenders don't know that offense better? Yeah. Then the Detroit Lions defense probably knows the Chicago Bears offense better than the Chicago Bears offense because they've been playing against it for the past 3.5 years.
Yeah, and
That'll be their worst loss.
And I don't get how, okay, if people want to say that the Lions run is over because we got the new coordinators and that's too much to adjust to, well, how about adjusting to a new fucking head coach and new offensive scheme?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this team, we've already seen it. Caleb Williams has had flare-ups in practice, hissy fits, whatever you want to call it. And on top of that, he has looked good in some stretches in the preseason, so it's going to be up, down. So playing the Chicago Bears week 2 versus week 16, those are going to be 2 different teams. Like, I believe we play them week 15 to end the season. I do expect a better team, but I still obviously am not worried about them. Week 2, yeah. I do feel a little crazy, Eazy, saying that we're going to start the season just absolutely mauling the NFC North because I think we're going to
maul the Bears, bro. We're going to maul the Bears.
I think we're going to maul the Packers.
Beyond
then the
Packers
Bears makes me
Packers
like
too.
Is one of those games going to be close?
But with the narrative of the super chat, like it's going to happen, brother. Like beyond just knowing the defense, you have Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
You have Tyleek who's making waves. Aiden Hutchinson was asked point blank, and we'll get to the video. There's a young player on this team that's impressing Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going to tell you, I'm spoiled. It's Tyleek. Tyleek in there. Davenport has been an absolute monster on the defensive line. You have Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Taron Arnold's making a wave, DJ Reed, Brian Branch, All-Pro, Kirby Joseph, and they know your scheme? Brother, they're getting washed. Hands down getting washed. Shout out to Flannels Bowles and Woodward Sports Chat with a super chat. Breaking news. Per On3, the SEC is now moving to 9 conference regular season games in 2026. They will also be required to play one P4 game in the non-con. That is big. Nick, you're more college football guy than myself.
That's crazy. About damn time for the SEC to wake up. I mean, there had to be a bag to come with this. Wake up. And I believe that's big on the Power 4 thing because you're going to see a lot more Big Ten SEC matchups, I would figure, moving forward, which is great for the sport of college football, specifically early in the season. Like, everybody's looking forward to Ohio State and Texas. The matchup probably of the season is coming early, and get hopefully used to some more of that, some of these top-notch heavyweights going up against each other. I would like to see a Michigan go up against an LSU, per se. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm down. When are they going to force? Can they not force Notre Dame to do stuff? Like, I don't understand.
Notre Dame is such a fucking trash organization. Horrible organization. They're scared. They're scared of the Big Ten. They're scared of the SEC, Big 12, Pac-12 back in the day. Yeah, Notre Dame's going on their high horse over there trying to do whatever they want. I hope it ends up biting them. Shout out C.J. Carr, starter of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who chose Notre Dame over Michigan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Crazy.
His dad, the great Lloyd Carr. Why? It had to be money, right? Or a petty thing from Notre Dame, just paying them money so he'd be there instead of Michigan? Or is he a dog?
I think he was trying to escape the Carr name, like, of Michigan, of having that, like, behind him. But I'm honestly happy it happened because we have a higher upside guy in Bryce Underwood. And talking about a high upside guy, before you guys got all away from this, before we dive into the Lions.
Yeah.
Honestly, boys, the Bears do have a lot of weapons.
They do.
Like, they could be scary offensively if things click.
If they click.
It looked good in preseason. I know it's preseason, but Ben Johnson with a former 1-1 that was chosen to be the next guy, in college, that Ben Johnson chose to go along with DJ Moore, 2 first-round weapons in Colston Loveland and Odunze, and then a first-round top 12 tackle in Wright. Like, they have the guys.
Yeah.
It's can they put it together, and does Caleb Williams have the leadership ability to do so? So that's, yet to be seen, but they have the guys around him on offense to be successful.
Nick, I don't disagree. But they had some of those guys last year, too. You all right? So it's like a lot of it needs to mix in together, and I think by week 2, specifically, like when I'm talking about like the biggest blowout in the season, I don't know if that mix would be done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to let that one brew a little bit. Specifically, Caleb Williams, just because the offense Ben Johnson runs is very much like rhythm and timing. Obviously, Jared Goff is not going off script too often. He's not just rolling out when the pressure's on him, nothing like that. It's very much like, okay, I'm snapping the ball. That first 2 seconds, that ball's probably up. That first 2.5 seconds, I'd even say. You go look at the release time for quarterbacks, I'm pretty sure Jared Goff will be up there top 10. And that's the thing with Caleb Williams, is that he has to break that habit of always just looking for that home run play. But speaking of the roster, the talent, CBS, shout out to one cold boy in the Woodward Sports chat. He comments, he says, CBS Sports wide receiver room rankings has, in the NFC North, I'm assuming, unless it's just all 4 of us in a row. In the NFL, it's got to be NFC North. Has the Bears 1, Vikings 2, Packers 3, and the Detroit Lions 4th.
No way.
Yes, that's according to one cold boy. Nick, I don't know if you want to do some homework, pull that up or not. Find out who wrote that piece. But yeah, they had the Bears ranked as the number 1 wide receiver room in the NFC North. Now, you just said a couple of those names. DJ Moore, who I think is falling off a little bit. I still think he's pretty good. Also, we watched him quit on that team last year, too. Don't forget about that.
True, but I do think Ben Johnson's going to put him in an Amon-Ra St. Brown type role.
See, I think that's Luther Burden's role.
Okay.
I think Luther Burden would be the Amon-Ra St. Brown. But
I think DJ's a better player, so he's going to play there.
I agree with you. I agree to that. I think they drafted Luther Burden to be the Amon-Ra St. Brown. I could be wrong. They have DJ Moore. Obviously, Rome Odunze. I know Rome Odunze was drafted high. But for a team, you play fantasy. We began the show with fantasy. For a team that's constantly losing, you would think a rookie wide receiver or wide receiver 2 in that situation, maybe wide receiver 3 because they had Keenan Allen last year, he would have a lot better numbers than he did last year, especially for being a top 10 guy. He did it. I don't know what Rome Odunze is yet. I mean, where are you at the upside of Rome? I know you were kind of high on him before, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I saw him drop a pass in that game that I was watching in the first 2 series, but I think his upside is a legitimate outside receiver that can get 1,000+ yards, 10+ touchdowns every single season. I do believe he is that player. I thought last year their scheme was terrible, so I'm looking for Ben Johnson to utilize him a lot more, obviously, to get their ball in their playmakers' hands. And I think the Bears are going to be better than a lot of Lions fans want to admit, to be honest. After seeing what I saw, I think they're going to go around. I think they'll be over 500. I think they'll end the season with 9 wins.
That's fair. I honestly 8 or 9 wins. I think that makes sense. They have a tough schedule though. I don't think they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean I have them at 7. So I'm just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But ultimately, same ballpark. I can see 9. I would be absolutely shocked by 10. Burn with another super chat says the worst Bears loss will be on some gross Thursday Night Football where they lose a game against another ass team. Not sure who
I would
yet.
love that.
Shout out the Browns or something.
I would love that. Listen, look at this.
That'd be great.
A
We
prime
haven't hit
time
the practice
game.
notes yet. We're all over. I love this.
A primetime game. I could see that. I could see that. The spotlight. Everybody's trying to show off Ben Johnson, the whiz kid, and he falls flat on his face with his Bears team. But I think to what you're saying, Eazy, I and Nick too. I think you're right that there's going to be ups and downs. Like I think it's going to take a while before they're good. I think you're going to see 1 week where they got it together. They execute the game plan. Everybody's in sync. The next week, they're going to look like a mess. I think that's what it's going to be. Going back to our first way we started this, it's tough for me to see, even though I think we're much better than both those teams, especially right now. It's tough for 2 division games to start the season, and one of them doesn't get crazy. Because historically, that's just what happens with division games. There's really no rhyme or reason. They just kind of get messy. So I think on paper we should blow out both those teams. I'm confident, very confident. Week 1 we're blowing out Green Bay. That makes me kind of worried that week 2, not that a loss, but that it'll be a little closer. It'll be a little ugly, just because that's the nature of division games.
I just real quick too, because I know we're kind of talking about the Bears as well. Do you want to rebuttal that?
Yeah, real quick, Chris. We're underdog. We're an underdog at Lambeau.
Oh, dude, I will alt line. I will place a bet alt line. We're winning by 10 or more.
Okay,
I
was gonna say, how
very
crazy are we?
confident
How
about that.
crazy are we going with the blowout? Because I'm down for a little 7-10, but I think like 2 touchdowns plus is maybe pushing it a little.
Yeah, two touchdowns would be aggressive. 14 would be aggressive, but 10, brother, I think that's booked. I think signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
Nick, will you find that CBS receiver
I
article?
got this CBS receiver article, and
Is
it's
that
about
real?
wide receiver duos from Cody Benjamin, and all
course.
4 Lions, Vikings, Packers, and Bears are mentioned, but they're not mentioned in the order that was stated.
Okay.
And I do want your thoughts at some point throughout today's show if Cody Benjamin got it right, because the duo stated in the chat was the wrong number.
Okay.
We can do that after
I can
break.
calm down. Because that was making no damn sense to me. I was writing it out, just trying to make sense of it. You know me. I'll try to take a non-biased route. I really will. There's no way in hell.
Yeah.
We can hit on it
There's
later.
no way in hell.
We can hit on it later.
We'll get in the training camp. We'll do that, because that's what we titled. That's what people came for.
I'll save this one for later in the show.
Deal. You know what I'm saving for later? When I'm done with this high-stress solo show, I am going to sit down and I'm going to smoke myself stupid with the best concentrates in the game, and that is by Gold Crown. They've been around since the caregiver days. They're in over 300 different dispensaries for that reason. They got the infused jesters. They got the infused gummies. And, of course, they got the concentrates. But make sure you got the gummies. It's newest product. They're nerd-coated, live resin-infused gummies in over 300 dispensaries around the state. It's at Gold Crown, goldcrownextracts.com. Or, again, just hop in any dispensary. I'd be willing to bet Gold Crown's in there because they're just that good.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner? Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Buick and GMC has great offers for everyone. Get a 2025 Hummer EV Suit, S-U-T, lease special at $599 a month plus tax, or try out the 2025 Summer EV SUV lease special for $699 a month. Don't forget about the 25 Sierra double cab elevation lease special for only $169 a month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. For all these specials, go to lesstanford.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy by no spin more Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff.
Let's
Smash
go.
the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, and let's get into the Detroit Lions training camp because I know you guys want the news. Let's go. Shout out to my guy Booner, sitting next to him at camp today. He was quick, later than me though. I beat you to it, Boone. You know that. Graham Glasgow went down today. Not really down though. He still stayed standing. He was grabbing at his left knee. Walked himself to the sideline. The trainers were working with him on that left leg, whatever it may be. I don't know if it's a knee specifically, but something in the lower left leg. And they were working with him. It was after a first down completion from Khalif Raymond. Shot out. Who's tearing it up there, by the way. Everyone's arguing about what this wide receiver 3 conversation. Is it TP? Is it Isaac Tesla? It was Khalif Raymond today, and he was doing work. But other than that, to the Graham Glasgow point, I think he's going to be fine. I know, like, that's not the professional thing to speculate on what it's going to be. You guys know, a lot of you guys hate me for the fact that I think I am, I don't want to say I'm more negative. I think I'm more realistic. But being realistic in this scenario, Graham walked himself off the field. Graham walked himself to the trainers. And Graham lifted himself up off the ground when he was done working with the trainers. And also, we don't face the Green Bay Packers until what, September 7th? I think we're good. By the way, too, Kingsley, I believe, is the gentleman who replaced him in that scenario. I think he held on the spot as well. And the quarterback center exchange is very, 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 very important, and I'm not going to diminish that at all. But beyond that, our offensive line's pretty damn good, pretty damn solid, from Christian Mahogany on the left side of him to obviously a rookie, Tate Ratledge. But you've heard from Dan Campbell's mouth himself that he sees him as an NFL starting guard. I think Kingsley would be fine in that scenario given a spell, if needed. Obviously not ideal, but as a complete unit, the Detroit Lions offensive line is good. Nick, are you worried if Graham Glasgow if it's more serious than I'm leading on to be? Or what are your questions, I guess?
We suck again.
Obviously not what you want to hear out of camp as your veteran center filling in for your gold jacket center, probably Frank Ragnow goes down. Yeah, obviously not what you want to see when you already have a young Christian Mahogany filling in at left guard, going to be the starter. When you already have a rookie right guard in Tate Ratledge with like the utmost potential to be great, but you haven't seen it on the field in an NFL game yet. To have your center go down, yeah, does it concern me if it is serious? Yes. Do I think it's serious? No. So I do think we're going to be just fine, but if this is a serious injury, yeah, I am concerned. 100%. If he misses an extended period of time with the experience that's already in the middle of this Detroit Lions front, yes, it would be concerning if Graham Glasgow isn't there to hold down the center spot next to two basically rookies. We all know Mahogany has played before, but he hasn't played much. We all think he's going to be really good. And we got Tate, who's a rookie. So, yes, that would be a little bit concerning long-term, as in a lot concerning long-term.
Yeah. I was making less of a deal about it. Because, again, he walked away. There's no way, like, if a guy gets hurt and it's something serious to be concerned about, I feel like they're bringing around the paddy wagon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the cart's coming out.
Yeah.
He needs help getting on the cart. He needs help standing up. Unless Graham Glasgow, which I probably would put him up there. He dealt with injuries last year. Is one of the toughest son of a bitches in the world. I think he's going to be all right. Which he still is one of the toughest son of a bitches in the world. Don't get that messed up. But to your point in being concerned, I guess we did see Frank banged up in that. Almost called them the Redskins. In that Commanders game last year in the playoffs, and that was part of the reason they lost because JG was under that interior pressure. And even Frank is banged up in the Packers game. They got this guy named Rashawn Gary. You ever heard of him? They got a guy named Kenny Clark. You ever heard of him? Rushing from the interior, that could spell disaster. I'm not gonna lie. But we're a week away. We're September 7th is what? How many days away now? I don't look at the days, by the way.
14 days, I think.
Do you guys count down to the playoff or to the start of the season? I can't do it. Yeah. I'm way too anxious for it.
No, I'm
way too amped up for it.
I can't count that high, so for me, I'm good. I'm good on it.
17 days.
17 days.
Lions fan.
I want to say this. Like, when it comes to this, you know that's been my last question on this team, right? Is the offensive line? That is the only thing. I trust that the coordinators will be right by the end of the season. If they're not already, I trust the talent of this team. It's just the offensive line, and so to me, it's not concerning the injury that he has. It's concerning that he's already getting injured, especially the way Graham Glasgow,
shout out,
thank you, ended last season. I think that I'm worried about him and Decker. Not when they're available. I trust that this offensive line will be good enough. I am scared that they are going to break down as the season progresses. That is just going to be my fear and my anxiety all season long. And look, truthfully, if they are to miss some games, I'd rather it be against the Bears, who are figuring shit out, and the Packers, who ain't shit. So, ideally, time-wise, I guess this is the best time. But for me, I'm just concerned, not that the injury is serious, but that he's already getting banged up, that he's already being, documented as having these health problems, because he is just flat out in a much more prominent role than he was last year, and this offensive line is everything to this team.
Yeah, I actually hate the fact that if he is, and by the way, too, I really don't think it's a big deal. Shout out to Booner in the Woodward Sports Chat. He says, long-term, probably not, but concern, yes. He's in the ground game, looked at for like 10-plus minutes, it looked like. That's routine. I mean, you're not doing your job correctly if you're not looking at it for 10-plus minutes. And no, it was not 10-plus minutes because they were running a 1-minute drill. It was more like 5. I really think he's fine, man. Plus, again, it's a big boy to be lifting up yourself on a bad knee, walking yourself away on a bad knee. I don't think you do that if it were something a little bit more serious than that. I think the way you could let it linger and be more of a concern is if it's like, again, the Redskins game, where it's like he's not at his full health. He can't block as well as he would if he's healthy. Mm-hmm. That's where it would become a concern. And actually, Chris, you brought it up as a like you're not concerned because it's against the NFC North guys. That makes it more concerning for me because those games matter most. You know what I'm saying? Like your divisional games, you win your division, even if it's a shit record, you're at home, you're chilling. And Nick, you talked about
McCarthy.
it. You don't want, fucking J.J. McCarthy.
Vikings defensive tackles, hell no.
Exactly. Again, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary. I mean, those are two guys that are. Listen, I'm just saying, if it is anything more than what it looked like, it would definitely spell disaster to start that season.
It's not ideal again, but like what I'm saying is that those Green Bay Packers game and those Bears games are a lot more winnable with a questionable offensive line than, say, Baltimore or some of these other games that we're going to get into, because we talk about it. This team is going to be very battle-tested by the end of the season because pretty much every week they are getting somebody's best shot. They're getting somebody's best punch, and it's not the Tennessee Titans. It's not the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the damn good teams in this football league. So to me, again, obviously you want them perfectly healthy, but if it is this point in the season rather than the end of the season or during those tougher games, those tougher stretches, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But to me, it is already concerning that he's getting hurt this early.
Yeah, I forgot the Bears got Grady Jarrett. I forgot they picked him up.
Yeah, Jarrett's good. If you think about Jonathan Allen and Hargrave out in Minnesota, those are guys that can terrorize an interior offensive line. And if Jared Goff is throwing turnovers, it's probably because he's getting pressure up the middle where he can see it, feels like he needs to be rushed. Maybe they're even getting a ball or getting their hand on Jared Goff's hands, to disrupt the football, which is also concerning, thinking about a fumble opportunity. But like you said, hopefully this isn't serious. If this is a long-term injury, we are going to be in some trouble and have some growing pains. Unless, is there any chance that they move Tate over, or are they just playing him at guard strictly?
That's a great question. I think,
because I would feel more comfortable maybe even with the rookie at center, and then
I think they play Kingsley only because Tate's still trying to get into a rhythm as just a NFL rookie in itself, and he's been doing it at the guard spot. I feel like that wouldn't really be fair to throw him in at center, like that. Although we see him do it with Penei Sewell. Remember, Taylor Decker was out week 1 of the Dan Campbell regime against the 49ers, and they said, Penei, you're on the left side. After, going through training camp entirely through on the right side. And he did a damn good job against Nick Bosa. But ultimately, I don't think it's a serious injury. Graham is a little bit banged up. This kind of goes into a little bit of an Isaac Tesla conversation, too. Like, I did not dislike the draft pick of Isaac Tesla. I don't know how many more times I could say that. I'm just saying it once more. What I disliked was the value Brad Holmes gave up in order to grab Isaac Tesla because of a scenario like this. Say you lose a Graham Glasgow, or Graham Glasgow is clearly hampered by that injury, and you don't have an answer on the interior offensive side, which matters a lot for a quarterback like Jared Goff, who isn't mobile, who doesn't extend plays, who's very much reliant on timing rhythm, and he doesn't have Ben Johnson to back him as an extra brain power in there. A third-round pick would be a nice little gimme to go grab someone to help you in that scenario. But that's the conversation for another day because, again, I don't think the Graham Glasgow situation is that serious. But we do have to go to break. We got to pay some bills. Chris, where do you get your haircut?
Where do I get my haircut? Come on, man. You know this. You already know the answer. We're here, right here. We're in the best Lady Jane's of all Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's is the best place to get your haircut. Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff like gimmies on the golf course. We like uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk in, sign in, and before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Lady Jane's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports and Jack's Car Wash has partnered to hook you up with a free car wash. Just text WSN to 888-522-1729 and enjoy the top-tier service with free vacuums, compressed air, and matte cleaning rooms at select locations. Join the Unlimited Club and take advantage of all the perks of being a member. Wash at any of our 40-plus locations just twice a month, and the membership pays for itself. Upgrades for interior cleaning and detailing at 8 different locations across Michigan. Go to www.jackscarwash.com to see a location near you. And don't wait. Text now and shine on. Buongiorno. Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Christopher Platt and Nicholas Koloff.
Let's
smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share that strength. We talked about the Graham Glasgow injury. I was there. I saw it in person. Did not look like a big deal. He walked over by himself, got up by himself, and walked to the locker room by himself because he's a goddamn man and a cold-blooded American. But that was in the last series of the practice. So there was an entire series of Graham Glasgow playing. You get to see the offensive line against one of the better defensive lines in the National Football League, in my opinion, and the Houston Texans. But before we get to any of that, guys, if you got a super chat, throw it in there. We'll make sure to read it. Shout out to Burns in the Word Sports chat. He asked, so we're going 0-6 in division with no Graham.
Oh, hell yeah!
No. The Bears are in this division. What do we? Come on.
Congratulations.
That's
You
why
played
I'm
yourself.
saying
All right, no. We're not going 0-6. I'm just saying that those are games you don't want to lose division games.
You don't want to lose
those count almost as 2 games because you're putting yourself up one in the division and you're knocking them down one in the division. That's all the division hysteria was about. Is you got to win the division games. They're more important than the others.
I get that. I get that argument. I just feel like those are the games you can win without, like, flat out. Like I think even with a questionable offensive line, especially week 2 against the Bears, I think you could do some things. And at that point, like you said, the Lions know the Bears playbook better than the Bears. So I like the Lions in that situation with or without an offensive line.
Listen, I don't like any situation without Graham Glasgow.
I feel you.
You know,
not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal. But the Bears are the Bears. I mean, come on, who's really concerned about the Bears? Not I. But moving on to the Detroit Lions offensive line throughout the practice against, like I said, one of the better defensive lines in the National Football League of the Houston Texans. They got Will Anderson, who was an absolute dog out there. They got Danielle Hunter, who, like, listen, I own 1 Detroit Lions jersey. I own 2 Detroit Lions jerseys. Do you want to guess what players they are, Chris?
I'm gonna get.
I'll save you. It's Penei Sewell and Penei Sewell. I own 2 Penei Sewell jerseys for my Detroit Lions jerseys. He's one of my favorite players in the National Football League, one of my favorite players on this team. The only player that I'm wearing on my back of another grown man's name, and I am willing to admit that Danielle Hunter works Penei Sewell when they see each other.
And that's fair because, like, if Penei, like, if you're gonna wear a grown man's name on your back, like Penei, like, you don't have a choice, brother.
Yeah,
you don't have.
And, like, do we even see him as a man? I see him as a freaking, I don't even know.
Alien.
Hey, I'm not judging. Just like to shoot straight.
But yeah, so Danielle Hunter was out there. Will Anderson was out there. Danico Autry was out there. Like, the Texans got a really good defensive line, and I think the Detroit Lions offensive line, as many questions as there are about it, held up for the most part. Now, there were a few times the Texans broke through, specifically Will Anderson. Like, if you're betting anybody else to win Defensive Player of the Year, and maybe this is not even a maybe, this is straight bias because I've only got to see 2 of these guys in person, it's between Aiden Hutchinson and Will Anderson for me. Will Anderson is an absolute demon. I mean, that guy is a problem. Whooped Penei Sewell, hit him with a hezzy inside, just to bend around outside. Penei Sewell with the last-ditch effort to push him away from Jared Goff. He still got the arm around Penei Sewell. Boop! Knocked the ball out of Jared Goff's hands. Fumble on the play. And he's out there celebrating, dancing as you should when you beat Penei Sewell. Danielle Hunter, not as great as of day as Will Anderson. But we'll continue on the Will Anderson hype. Will Anderson, after that, made a great play on the run, stuffed the run inside. From out, mind you, he's starting on the edge, so he wraps around, grabs Jahmyr Gibbs, put him down. Did the same with David Montgomery. Will Anderson was a one-man wrecking ball crew out there. But the Detroit Lions were still able to get it off. Got the ball a few times. The 7-on-7 drills, obviously, it's not including the offensive line. But they found Amon-Ra St. Brown in the back of the end zone. I think that one was against Kamari Lassiter. They had a 36-yard touchdown to Jamison Williams. You know who's in coverage for that one, boys?
Who's that?
Derek Stingley Jr., which is spelled D-E-R-E-K, if you guys are ever curious about that. I had Texas fans on my ass about that one. Beat Derek Stingley Jr., and I believe it was Colin Bullock for a touchdown. I guess after the fact, it was reported that Jameson Williams' toes were on the line, so it wouldn't have counted. I'm counting it. The Detroit Lions counted it, too, because they wrapped up the drill after that and put in the second team. But the offensive line, for all the questions about it, I thought they held up pretty well against the Texans' defensive line. They gave a better offensive line unit last year fits when we went there to play them in Houston. I mean, if you go look at Danielle Hunter's entry into the top 100 for the NFL players, one of his highlight plays on there, it's truly disgusting. But it is on my favorite player, Penei Sewell, where he punches inside, hits him with a spin, and then he's off to try to make Goff fumble or whatever he did that play. But I think overall the Detroit Lions offensive line held straight. I don't think you saw any big mishaps from the rookie Tate Ratledge. If anything, there was a little bit of rotation between Jamarco Jones and Taylor Decker, but I think that's just that's normal. Taylor Decker, remember, just come back for the first time last week. But they held their own. And listen, if the Texans' defensive line beats them, I'm not going to look at that as like, oh, no, I'm worried about the Detroit Lions offensive line because, as I said, it's one of the better defensive lines in the National Football League. I'd probably rank them top 5.
This is the best defensive line in the NFL in terms of defensive end pairings. This is what we wanted the Detroit Lions to do for a long time. They got their young stud in Will Anderson, and then they went out and got another stud who's put up over 16 sacks in a season in Danielle Hunter. So they did their job in terms of getting to the quarterback and pressures I think Will Anderson was one of the best prospects on the edge I've seen in my lifetime. I remember him at Alabama when he had 17.5 sacks, 35 tackles for loss. Like, this guy is a different cat out there. One guy that you cannot stop no matter what. You said today, Penei Sewell, one of the best tackles in the league, couldn't handle him at times. So is that concerning to me that Penei couldn't? Not really, because not a lot of players in the NFL can. So I'm not going to, look into this too much, but I do think it's good that Decker was holding up on the other side from the sound of it.
Yeah.
To against a guy like Danielle Hunter.
Exactly.
That gives me a lot of faith because every single game I know Penei is going to bring it, in the game and not get beat, 99 times out of 100.
Yeah. I mean, they're back to doing the thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe Danielle Hunter getting a little step older, another step down the hill, as they say, once you hit the age of 30, or maybe it's 40. I don't know. I am 70 years old. I've been that way for 40 years now. But I think the offensive line held it pretty well. And again, yes, an offensive line like that or defensive line like that is going to get theirs every once in a while.
Weezy with one of the craziest things I've ever heard. The Lions' edge pairings are better. I just swear to God, man. We can't say a single nice thing about a different team.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
I think it's probably one of the best. I don't know if the Detroit Lions pairing is better. I will say, we have some audio from Hutch that we'll get to in a moment here, where Hutch is gushing over Davenport. I mean, he's been gushing over Marcus Davenport, and I get the reason why. I've explained the reason why to you guys, and I will again once we get to that point after this next break. But
before we do, I wanted to ask you a question. So on their defensive line against our offensive line, what was the interior battles looking like, specifically with the Tate Ratledge, with the Mahogany? How was the interior holding up for a guy like Jared Goff, like we've talked about, struggles with interior pressure at times? Were they able to create any lanes for Jahmyr Gibbs to go up the middle or a David Montgomery? Were they able to give Jared Goff enough time to really, sit back and dissect a defense?
That's why I'm not tripping on. If there's any questions on the offensive line, it's the interior. You got a guy in Graham Glasgow who you had some questions about following his playoff performance, and you got a rookie in Tate Ratledge that you have questions about because you've never seen him play. They held their own. The only time the interior was affected was when, again, Will Anderson made the effort to rush that way, towards that way. Will Anderson's a demon. I mean, that guy he's special. But the interior offensive line looked good. They didn't run the ball that well up the middle. But for me, I judge like a successful run play differently than most. I know a lot of people looking for like 5 yards. Like for me, if you're getting like 3.5 yards a carry, it's kind of, I mean, you hit that 3 times, you're getting a first down. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's a successful rush. That's what a lot of rushes were in the interior today. They're like 2, 3.5 yards. Or like, again, if you do that 3 times in a row, you're getting a first down. So it's like, it's not what you're used to when you're watching Sonic and Knuckles. But again, this is a really good defense. Oh, come on! And I respect what they got going on. The secondary, too, Derek Stingley Jr., oh my. I mean, he's the second best corner in the National Football League, without a doubt, after today. Especially after what I saw Amon-Ra St. Brown do to Jack Jones last week. I mean, there were like some situations where obviously Will Anderson was getting back there just off his pure pass rushing prowess, but there's also coverage sacks because Jared Goff, first look, is Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's goddamn good. And we'll talk about that and plenty more. We got some sound from Aiden Hutchinson. Real quick before we do that, though, Nick, what you got?
Was there a clear difference in interior push in the middle, specifically at the center position, when Graham was out there compared to Frank Ragnow, who was obviously an all-pro, one of the best? Was there a clear difference in just the line getting pushed back compared to Frank obviously getting separation?
Frank was one of the best centers in the National Football League.
You could see it clear as day?
Yeah, Frank is better. But not like, obviously, it's not anything where you're worried, or it's just Frank was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that Graham is bad. And mind you, again, Graham didn't get hurt to the end of practice. Like, he was there healthy. It's just that, I mean, Frank was all pro last year while banged up. He had surgery during the bye week last week. He had a torn something with his pec or something like that, too. Like, in the hallways, pushing Dan Campbell just to prove him he's ready to go. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference. But I don't think that's a knock on Graham more than it is credit to Frank, you know?
Do you think it's a big-time concern that maybe we've been looking over just a little bit in terms of how good this offense can be on running the ball up the middle and keeping a clean pocket for Goff. Do you think that's a bigger concern that maybe was let on?
I feel like a concern is the proper concern. Maybe not super concern, like just having a concern. It's probably not going to be the same. But listen, if you hit your clean block, I talked about it yesterday. Like Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan, I think is closer than a lot of people like to admit. Now I got Jahmyr edging him. Pause. Simply because he can do things that Bijan can't. The run that he had against the Tennessee Titans, something that Bijan can't do. Jahmyr Gibbs is just faster, and that gives me the edge. I think Bijan has this much, and making some moves, breaking tackles, but Jahmyr has that much more in explosive play. So I think we'll be fine in that department. Not a big concern of mine at all. But it is a concern. You're starting to look like me in the gut. All right, but we're not judging you when you're going to work out because it's Planet Fitness. The only place you need to go. Tell them about it.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential whenever you guys need to go get a great workout on. There's only one place to do so. They clean everything all the time, keeping you fresh and ready to roll. It is Planet Fitness. Make sure you guys go check it out. Lowest price in the game, where your fitness is essential.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Lamar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Dr. Pierce, guys, if you need your attention, sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Jeff Pierce. Dr. Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Injury and Thursdays during Armani and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. Easy to by no spin more racks. Almost did it. We got Christopher Columbus in the building. Nicholas Koloff.
Let's go.
And at last, we are joined by one Justin Satawa. Justin, brother, you get an opportunity at desk. You got a flat tire. How you feeling, dude?
So brutal, man. So brutal. They didn't want to see me win on this one, but it's okay. We persevere here at Woodward Sports. And
I'm glad you're alive, man.
Yeah.
Were you on the freeway?
Yeah.
That's scary shit.
Yeah, I was on the freeway. I was pulling off. Like, I was about to pull off on the exit. It happened and I realized as I was going up the off-ramp. So I guess it could have been worse, but thank God there was, like, a little parking lot that I could pull into.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I thought you were on the side of the freeway.
No.
That's why I kept saying like dad shit. Like, dude, just don't get out. Call AAA.
Yeah,
okay.
no. I wasn't on the highway, thankfully.
I helped my boy Nick. I'm not giving the whole fault over, but shot my boy Ross out there. I helped him change a tire on the side of 94 after the Lions game. We were both fucked up. And it was one of the scariest moments of my life, dude. It was, whoa. Because we weren't the only ones.
We got it frozen.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, we're good. We're good. That one's frozen, though. I got to figure this out. A couple cameras froze, but we're good. We're good.
All right.
Shout out, Justin. Glad you're safe.
All right. We talked about the Texans defensive line against the Detroit Lions offensive line. How about the Detroit Lions defensive line? You got, who was that? Eazy? Eazy who said the Detroit Lions defensive end pairing is better than the Texans?
Yes, Eazy, of course, said that.
I might make that a poll. Let's see what everyone else is thinking, too. But, Chris, play the video of Aiden Hutchinson talking about his partner, Marcus Davenport, on the opposite end of him.
I think it can be really dangerous, and I'm putting everything into his longevity too. I'm trying to help him out, trying to be there for him in whatever way I can. So I feel like having another year with him, we've gotten way closer. We've gotten way closer as a D line too. But I feel like me and Marcus, it's great. It's great when we're out there. It's a lot of fun.
Chris was talking the entire time, so I have no clue what Hutchinson said, but I know he was gushing over Marcus Davenport. And I'll tell you exactly why he's gushing over Marcus Davenport. If you're not following me at SpeakySports _ on X and or Twitter, whatever you guys call it these days, the Detroit Lions game plan is set up for a reason. AG is a brilliant man. I know a lot of you guys hate him because you don't understand the concept of football. You all think it's just mad and everything's just plug and play and players are ready to go. There's no development needed. But this is not the case in the real-world scenarios. So what they did with Aiden Hutchinson is they realized this kid's really, 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 really good. The rest of the defensive line, we got some good guys, but we don't have guys that are constantly demanding double teams or constantly beating double teams. What we should do is align him out wide to where he's going to have a one-on-one block scenario with an offensive tackle, and he's going to dominate them. What's going to help him, though, because it would be easy for a quarterback to roll out, is instead of getting another defensive end that's going to rush the quarterback and get to the quarterback, let's get one that collapses the pocket and forces the quarterback into the arms of Aiden Hutchinson. And what's been happening in training camp? Happening against Detroit Lions offensive line. It's happening against the Miami Dolphins offensive line. And once again today, against the shit excuse of an offensive line the Texans have, it happened again where Aiden Hutchinson was cleaning up. Listen, the way it's set up at training camp when you're watching from the bleachers, you got the Detroit Lions offense, X-team defense, and then the second field is Detroit Lions defense. So you can't really necessarily see everything. But you know what I saw a lot of is Aiden Hutchinson pointing down on the ground because he's calling the play dead. I touched him. Sack. C.J. Stroud was out there running a marathon. I think he might have lost a couple pounds today, honestly. I mean, that's the only time they were moving the ball was when C.J. Stroud was running it. How excited are you for Aiden Hutchinson, and what do you think of Marcus Davenport?
I am out the wazoo about Aiden Hutchinson. I think that I have always been part of the camp where this is a deploy comeback season for Hutch. I've never really been about that comeback player of the year. I've only been thinking about that deploy for him because he's that special of a player. And I like everything I hear every single day. Everyone who goes to camp, everyone who watches Aiden Hutchinson work out on a day-to-day basis from camp, from you, everything is so glowing. And that's where you got to just have as much faith in Aiden Hutchinson as ever before. And then on Marcus Davenport, I don't think you can put anyone on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson and they'll be successful. Like, I don't think anyone talks about that. Like, how about the fact that Aiden Hutchinson is so good that he's going to make anyone over there look good? And that's where I'm not truly worried about the other edge. But, yeah, we're going to need some help because Marcus Davenport has the ability to be a way bigger playmaker than anyone behind him.
Yeah, that's the part, too, is, like, not only can he collapse the pocket, but he can make some plays, too. Like, that's a big, scary man. You know Broderick Martin's sheer size. Nick, I know you met him in person. Marcus Davenport plays the edge, not defensive tackle, the edge. I would say is bigger in stature than Broderick Martin. Like, Davenport's a dog. But, Nick, I know you don't think he'll be healthy. You think Hutch can carry this on without him?
No one's ever said a word that Marcus Davenport is a bad player.
Yeah,
nobody ever. Nobody has ever said that ever in the history of NFL football.
Is that what Weezy's talking about in the chat?
No.
Okay.
I just think Marcus Davenport, he was a first rounder for a reason. He can get to the quarterback when he plays. He can get big stops on the line. I think you can trust Marcus Davenport to produce when he is out there. The biggest question mark of his whole entire career is, can he realistically be out there? He's played over 10 games twice in his career, fellas. Like, this is never about Marcus Davenport's talent as a football player. It's about Marcus Davenport's availability to be out there, and that you're banking a Super Bowl season. The other defensive end is a guy that's only played over 10 games twice in his career. That's what concerns me. That's what I have a problem with. Do I think when he's out there he's going to be productive and really help Aiden Hutchinson specifically? Yes. Do I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to eat even if Davenport is out? Yes. I'm all in with Justin on Defensive Player of the Year for Hutch. Already have it in a bet slip. And I am not in on Davenport making it more than 15 games, because I don't believe that he can do that until he proves it to me. And I certainly hope that I am wrong.
I hope you're wrong too.
And I know you're more optimistic that he can stay healthy, but what is your realistic outlook on how many games you can get out of Davenport? I want a realistic outlook. I know you and Spenny joke around sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. It really is. I don't know if that was a clip where Aiden Hutchinson's kind of just talking about like trying to keep Davenport up and trying to help him stay healthy as much as he can. Because Aiden Hutchinson, if you guys know, he's an absolute freak when it comes to take care of his body. That's one of the reasons it was so gut-wrenching to watch him get injured in the Cowboys game last year. But realistically, I mean, if I'm going on a negative side, or I'm just like, or maybe a realistic side, you're saying he's gonna miss a few games, I would say at least 12. You know, and I think those 12 games, obviously, you're probably going 500 in them because of this. Got that picture I sent you, Chris? Throw this up, because this is what I was trying to tell you. This is what I explained earlier. I'll retweet the tweet if you guys want to see it. But the reason why Marcus Davenport is the perfect fit on this defensive line, and the reason why Aiden Hutchinson gushes over him, is look at how far he's damn near covering the slot wide receiver right there on the defensive line. I mean, he's damn near in slot coverage right there. And he's coming out, he's lined out wide, so he has that one-on-one matchup. But then, so the quarterback can't escape him, can't evade him. You grab a big motherfucker like Marcus Davenport, pardon my French, excuse my French, to collapse the pocket to where he's forced to have to deal with Aiden Hutchinson or one of those guys in the interior. That's why Marcus Davenport's a perfect fit for him. But speaking of Aiden Hutchinson and that Defensive Player of the Year, I got 12 games for you, Nick, on that one. Do you have DJ Reed, Chris, on that one by chance? DJ Reed talking about Aiden Hutchinson, and what do you think of 9-7? Because I'd like to play that for the people. Justin as well, because I know he's a gambling man.
Yeah.
DPOY, loaded. Here's a guy coming from a defense that had, the Williams brothers, that had Sauce Gardner. I mean, it was a really, really good defense at some point. And he's been around the league for a minute. Played for the 49ers, played for the Seahawks. Two more teams with good defenses. Here is DJ Reed on Aiden Hutchinson and his impression of him.
I see the most about 97, though, because you see him on the outside coming back from that type of injury. So he's
Man, he's different. I don't really be knowing what's going on because I be covering, but like when I go.
I see the most about 97, though, because you see him on the outside coming back from that type of injury. So he's
Man, he's different. I don't really be knowing what's going on because I be covering, but like when I go and watch film, I'm like, oh, that was a sack. He just be tagging. He be getting chipped. Running back trying to block. He just tapped the quarterback's shoulder. I'm like, goodness gracious. It's just crazy to see him like consistently beat double teams. And like you say, he's coming off an injury. Like I would not have ever known. You know what I'm saying? So he's a one-of-one type of player.
A one-of-one type of player was DJ Reed. He's been around the league for a long time, played on a lot of defense, played on a lot of good defenses. Talk about Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, it's truly that remarkable. It's kind of crazy. It's not crazy because, like, it's fair to guess, wonder what a guy's going to look like after an injury. Aiden Hutchinson looks better. And I truly believe he's also a one-of-one because how many other guys would be hurt, have the mental fortitude to rehab themselves back to like a good bill of clean health. But how many other guys are doing that and then coming back better? I mean, that's what we're talking about with Aiden Hutchinson. And think of how good he was last year. He was on pace to break the single-season sack record. He had a hat trick is 3. He had 4 sacks. 4 sacks. It might have been 4.5 sacks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 2? And they had who's offensive tackle they have? Christian Wirfs. Some people say he's better than Penei Sewell. Like that's how good, that's how special Aiden Hutchinson's looking this year. I enjoy defense. That's where I dominate. That's what I enjoyed when I played football. Defense. You want to know why I'm so harsh on quarterbacks? Because I spent half my life trying to kill them. All right, I was trained to hate quarterbacks, and that's why I'm so excited to see this defense, in particular Aiden Hutchinson. And don't forget, Ali McNeil is going to be added to this thing. And Marcus Davenport, on the topic of him, shout out to Burns and Wood Sports Chat with the Super Chat, $5. Whoa! We're getting 20 games out of Davenport this year. They'll have an ambulance waiting for him after the Super Bowl. I like that. Pump him up with whatever steroids he needs, legal, by the book. I don't know, Michigan cheated and they take that championship.
Cheap, motherfucker.
Maybe be illegal. I don't care. Do what you got to do.
I just need you to trust me.
But pump him up whatever we need to keep him healthy so Aiden Hutchinson keep doing what he's doing, Justin.
I agree. I mean, anything, like, put him in the cryo chamber on a weekly basis. Make sure this man shows up every
Fresh
Sunday.
off the sideline, just stepping into the cryo chamber.
Yeah, like, immediate help. Like, put him in the Matthew Stafford chamber. Have you seen that thing? That thing's crazy with the...
That thing's on wheels, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
That's
like a mobile... It's in a trailer. They bring it everywhere.
Who was stopping someone from stealing Matthew Stafford? Just hooking up to the truck and just holding him for ransom.
I mean... If some Rams
That's a good
fans,
idea. Yeah,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, he is an NFC. Some of you crazy people listening.
We have no connection, but I mean, hey.
You know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
You guys love him so much, go steal him. Could you imagine, dude? No, yeah, I remember, this may be too old of a reference for all you guys, because I am older than all you. I'm 73. Do you guys see the one of the first Batmans? I don't know if we played it too, where Mr. Freeze was the bad guy?
No.
I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that's the suit we need for Davenport, which is a constant cryo chamber.
I got some plan for week 1.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
You're stealing Matthew Stafford.
No.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
We're burning a Stafford jersey.
We almost did it on your porch. It was a bad idea, but we almost did it.
Yeah, I'd be down still.
No, just gonna show up to make sure that the peasants that the Packers know that they are peasants at the bottom of the NFC North. That's what I'm gonna make sure that they know. Okay?
Love it.
Maybe
down Lambeau.
Maybe a fur coat and something that people who commonly wear fur coats wear on their head.
Alrighty.
I'm lost.
It's shiny. It's
Crown.
Gold. Yep. Hey, we have a sponsor that it literally is on the back wall.
Shout out.
So.
Shout out. Do you want me to say it? I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. You want me to say it?
Yeah, sure.
Shout out Gold Crown.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Gold Crown.
I think one of the biggest things that DJ Reed said there during it was when he's watching film, and obviously, like, when you're trying to stop him, he talked about, he's getting chipped. So you're not just getting a tackle, you're getting a tight end. And then you have the running back trying to stop him as well. It's going to take 3 guys to try to stop Aiden Hutchinson every single play, fellas. Every single play. It's going to open up so much for this defense from the amount of attention that Aiden Hutchinson is going to draw day in and day out. Every single snap from opposing teams' offenses, in terms of a tight end, in terms of a running back, in terms of a tackle. And if you let him get a one-on-one, he will burn your offensive tackle every single time. So it's just going to be so much fun to watch the return of Aiden Hutchinson.
Hell yeah, Nick, come on!
Let's go, baby. Hell yeah, we got the one of one, as DJ Reed said. This dude is in a contract year as well. Let's not forget, he's going to be the highest paid defensive end, or at least he's going to try to be, after a 16-plus sack season.
Listen, we got a lot of great sponsors here at Woodward Sports. From Buddy's Pizza, Gold Crown, Jars. I have a feeling I got a new one coming up, and it's going to be Black Rocks. Yeah. Next Tuesday, if you guys are in the Utica area, me and the boy Spinny going to be there doing food testing. Yeah, taste tests at Black Rock. Chris, can you tell us about Black Rock? Or do you want me to have Nick tell us?
I could tell you about Black Rock. I could
tell you
about Black Rock. Here we go. Black Rock Summer Giveaway continues on with another week, another prize. What's new here? This week you can win a Ninja Slushie machine. All you gotta do is scan that QR code, and remember, not only do you get a chance to win that slushie machine, but you also get to enter your chance at winning 4 tickets to the home football opener for Detroit. I know everybody in the chat wants that, so make sure you are scanning that QR code and entering. And when you go to Black Rock because you want good food, make sure you mention Woodward Sports to get 20% off your total food bill. Exclusions do apply, but make sure to tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Lamar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
It's the Great American EV Sale at Feldman Chevrolet. With over 800 EVs on the ground, it's the largest selection in the state. Drive home a 2025 Equinox EVLT for just $159 a month, or a 2025 Blazer EVLT for only $179 a month. But hurry, the $7,500 federal tax credit disappears September 30th. The countdown is on. The Great American EV Sale is here, only at Feldman Chevrolet.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Jars Cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing right now if you're not shopping at Jars? They got some of the best deals, top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for you, the people. If Babytron can shop there, you can shop there. If Megatron can shop there, you can shop there. We shop there. You shop there. ShopJars.com. What up, though? Welcome back. Whatever it's live. WoodwardSports.com means you'll buy no spin more racks. He's up north with the family. Shout out to the homie. We got young Christopher Platty, who's doing a tremendous job in the TD booth. We got Nicholas Koloff, who's running away from the audio booth. We got Justin Chillen, who just survived a flat tire on, what were you, 94? 96? 75? He survived it. Earlier in the show, I promised you guys some Tyleek hype, and we have that from Aiden Hudson with a fresh cut, by the way. What cut is that? Tell me after this, because I'm going to get it for my son. He's got the same type of hair as Hutch.
Which young guy have I been impressed by? I think Tyleek has made a lot of strides, you know. Tyleek, I mean, he's such a great prospect coming out, so I think how he's been able to evolve as a player in this camp. And, you know, I've been working really close with him just because a lot of the times we're next to each other on the field, so communication's got to be on point, and you see it on a week-to-week basis. You see the steps, and that's really important.
Justin said fade, but the back is flowing. Is he growing a mullet?
I think he is. I think that's the mullet.
I mean, the mullets are in. I can't lie. It looks sick. I can't lie. Yeah. I think he's growing one. Because I heard you say fade, but the back has still got a little flow to it.
It's hard to see. There's light off the camera.
Yeah. On the spot, though, he was asked who was his favorite young player. We've heard Panay say Tesla. He said Tyleek. How you feeling about that, Justin?
I love to hear it. I love the confidence of Tyleek. He was on the flagship this morning. He was talking his game up. He's like, I mean, they drafted me in the first round for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, you bet I'm going to be playing. He didn't say that, but that's
what he wanted to say.
That's what he wanted to say. He was puffing his chest out, showing him like, yeah, I'm a dog. And I love hearing that. I love hearing how he's gone under the wing of Hutch, Aleem, and DJ Reader, learning from all of them. There's a lot that he can learn from them. And my favorite thing about Tyleek Williams is he's just got that wiggle to him. And what I mean by that is he just wiggles around blocks, wiggles through holes. He just finds a way to get to the running back, fill those holes, and that's what I'm most excited to see. I'm most excited to see this run D. I think this run D is going to be elite. I think we have one of the best defenses in the entire NFL. I think top 5 is a shoo-in. I think this team could be top 3 defensively. I really am that high on this defense. This defense was unbelievable to start last year, and I think they're going to be even better than they were at the start of last year.
Yeah, and to your point, like the wiggle, the big man wiggle, he's got it. Like, I don't know what my expectations. I knew he could play the run for damn sure. He played the 2-gap scheme at Ohio State, and he played it well. He was one of the better run defenders in college football. But he talked about in the same, like you said, the same interview. Now they moved to a 1-gap scheme, and he considers himself a playmaker. And you see him out there once in a while. Like how the fuck did he get out? Who let him loose? And it happened today too. C.J. Stroud now would have been a sack. I'll admit that. He's a big man. He was moving kind of slow. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Stroud had some time to roll out and throw it out of bounds.
So if it was Jared Goff, though, it would have been a sack.
Yeah, probably. You know, I don't. You know.
I'm sorry to put you on in that.
Yeah, it probably would have been a sack.
Let's call a spade.
It would have been a sack.
JG's not the most mobile quarterback.
But if you're paying attention to like these beat reports, like every once in a while, like Tyreek is in there for a sack, and keep in mind, him and Aleem, like the way their careers have been panned out, they are very similar in the fact that like Aleem came in a little bit bigger. Tyreek coming in a little bit bigger, coming in from like more like the nose tackle prowess that could play shades of 3-tech. But now in this system, because we have a DJ Reed, you can play. We need you to be 3-tech.
Yeah.
And now like once he loses a little bit more weight, is he gonna be faster? Is he gonna be getting to these quarterbacks? I see everything you're talking about in practice, Justin.
I'm actually more excited to see him playing the 3-tech than playing on the nose. I really think that's a better spot for him. I love the lateral mobility. It's not just the mobility to get through the holes. He's also very good running sideline to sideline. That's why I do really like Tyreek. I think he's going to be a really nice playmaker for this team, and I can't wait to see next year. I know we're projecting way further, but when DJ Reader's not here and it's Aleem and Tyreek, I think that's going to be a super dynamic defensive tackle pairing for the entire NFL, regardless of what happens to DJ Reader after this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned one thing too that I agree with, and I feel like I don't want to say on paper, I feel like they are a top 5 defense, like as a unit collectively for damn sure. Obviously, health considered. The only thing I think can stop them from that, Justin, is the fact that they play Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar. Like, is that going to affect the top 5 status?
I think top 5 is subjective. I don't think you can just.
I fucking agree, and I love that you said that.
I don't think that defense is like, oh yeah, just if they have the least amount of yards given up or the most amount of turnovers, like those are stats that need to be combined. It's more for most things for me, it's an eye test type of thing. When these teams play the best quarterbacks in the NFL, are they making it tough on them? Like you saw the way that the Eagles were able to choke out Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year. Like that is a sign of a really good defense. And the Eagles, I think, by majority standard, was the best defense in the NFL last year. So now, that's a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Earlier in the season, when the Lions completely shut down the Texans in the second half, that was subjective. That is what an elite defense will do.
Yeah.
It will give you your offense a chance when they are sputtering to come back and win that game. It's all subjective to me. I think that you're going to be able to see how they perform against the best teams in the NFL, and you're going to see that's a pretty damn good defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that you said that because a lot of times we bring up, at least for me, who's been battling the Jared Goff lovers, where I'd say like that was a Rams super team we went to Super Bowl with, or like it wasn't even a top 5 defense. Like, bro, that Aaron Donald, Dominican Sue, Robert Quinn,
Jalen Ramsey.
You tell me that's not a fucking top 5 defense? Eat my ass. Go look at the turnovers. And what's the measurement? You know what I'm saying? There's, like, you could say points per game. Okay.
Aaron Donald was the best defensive player in the league at that point.
Exactly. If I play the AFC South, I'm playing the Titans. If I'm playing the shit teams like Colts, my defense will look a lot better than it may actually be because I'm playing garbage teams, so points per game. I mean, there's always context to these things, and I think it is in the eye of the beholder. Like, what are you getting out of those guys? I think with the Detroit Lions, you got interior pass rush with Tyreek. You damn sure got when Aleem McNeil gets healthy. You got a guy in DJ Reader who's probably one of the better defensive tackle, two gap guys in the league. Obviously, you got Aiden Hutchinson, who's taking steps into an S-tier edge rusher. You got the perfect pairing alongside him and Marcus Davenport. Can he stay healthy? We don't know. I think Derek Barnes is decent in coverage. I think Derek Barnes can get after the quarterback. I think Derek Barnes can stop the run. And I think that same statement can be made across the board for Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell. I think Jack Campbell probably even step forward looking for in coverage.
Yes.
Tyron Arnold, I love the leap he's made.
He's looking great.
He's looking great. We got clips on DJ Reed talking about him too. DJ Reed obviously doing what he did. You got the 2 best safeties. That's a top 5 defense.
Yes.
Even if in season, points per game don't end up that way because context, the quarterbacks are playing, that's top 5 defense to me. I fucking love you said that because I thought I was on an island with that one.
No,
Some people measure by yards. Some people measure by points per game. I measure by, are they dogs? Am I going to the postseason with this defense and leaving with heads? That's how I look at a top 5 defense. And I think that's what we got.
I think teams that aren't complete are going to have a nightmare of a time against the Lions. Because, there's always those 1 or 2 teams that kind of sneak into the playoffs that are incomplete, that if you might have to play in the wild card round. I mean, like the Giants a couple years ago, the Vikings the Vikings last year. I mean, case in point. But you see those teams, and I want to see our defense just dismantle them. Like, I want to just go into playoff games against inferior opponents, and I want them to keep them under 20 points. Well, the offense scores 40. I know this is the National Football League, but, I can't lie. You saw the Eagles do it to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You can do it. Like, when you're playing teams that are not as good as you can do that, and that's where I want to see this team take that next step. When you play the Tampas of the world, even though Tampa's a good team, but I think we all can agree they're not at the level the Lions would be if they're healthy. They're the Eagles. I want to see the Lions. The Lions come on, dismantled the Rams the last couple years. Those haven't been close.
Yeah.
Why? That's my expectation now. Is that too high of an expectation to have? Am I crazy over here?
No, I think that's what we're working with, Nick. You?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about such an upgraded secondary. I think you're legitimately looking at the top 5 for sure. I'm with you, Justin, but I think one big thing that was a little bit lost in this is the first time one of the star players of the defense mentioned Tyleik Williams as a standout rookie, which I think goes a long way coming out of Aiden Hutchinson's mouth, to be honest. He's saying this in front of all of the media. He's saying it because he obviously means it, but we haven't heard this out of camp, really, at all. You haven't heard it out of the players when talking about standout rookies. You've heard of Tate, and you've heard of Tesla. You have not heard of Williams specifically. So to hear it today from Aiden Hutchinson gives me a whole lot of hope because I haven't really seen too many reports of Tyleik really breaking any, groundbreaking plays, but I love to hear that Aiden Hutchinson has faith in Tyleik. I also heard him earlier, and I do like the confidence that he has. I just think it is going to take just a little bit of time out of the gate, but as long as he's firing on all cylinders late, when it's a pairing of him and Aleem with DJ Reader in there, and if he can be that pass rushing defensive tackle come playoff time next to Aleem, now we're really cooking. If you pair that up with a Hutchinson on the other side, you're looking at 3 guys that can hopefully get to the quarterback, and that's when it matters the most. When you're going up against Jaden Daniels, when you're going up against Jalen Hurts, when you're going up against the top quarterbacks of the AFC that are all MVP candidates, you're going to need that interior pressure. So even if he starts slow, which I'm expecting, if he can get it going late in the season, this team's going to be just fine, and I'll be thrilled if Tyleik's making any plays in the backfield in terms of in a playoff scenario, against those elite quarterbacks that you're going to have to get through to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Nick, honestly, on the contrary, I love you. I've been there, man. He's squeaking through every now and then. I think DJ Reed is showing some love, and it's not consistent, but defensive tackle's a thankless job. Like, sometimes your job is just to plug the gap, and you're not necessarily going to get the love on that from a beat reporter or a fan who's looking for sacks.
No, I'm saying the player specifically.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Reader on him say that he's been tearing it up in camp. I remember Reader talking Tate.
Well, okay, let me get to that. I won't say tearing it up, but making plays, making splashes here and there. I'll say that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just saying for Hutchinson to specifically talk about Tyleik, I think is big.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't heard it from many players throughout camp in terms of rookies making splash plays. Maybe it is harder, but I've heard Tate's name a lot from the players and obviously Tesla.
Yeah.
I have not heard Williams, so I believe this is a good sign moving forward as we are gearing up for the regular season.
Tate has looked better, for sure. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, he gave, according to Tyleik himself, gave him his welcome to the league moment was from a rookie. You know what I'm saying? But there's one more thing I want to. From Hutch giving him love. Where did Hutch go to college?
Michigan.
You know, that's the best rivalry in college football. Like he's showing him some love. He must be doing something, you know?
I think Hutch takes that out of the equation. I think that, like most people, you know, you got to have the separating factor of when they do go to the NFL and take that jump.
Yeah.
I just think Hutch just thinks he's a dog.
Yeah.
And that should be enough.
Speaking of Hutch, we got him on his contract. We also got DJ Reed on what young players impressed him. Chat, this is a choose your own adventure. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear Hutch on the progress of that contract? Do you want to hear DJ Reed on who's impressed him the most on this young defense? But first, let me tell you guys about the Massage Chair House. I know.
Massage Chair House.
Massage Chair House. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Massage Chair House. Scan the QR code and visit massagechairhouse.com. I know of a Hall of Fame NFL player that shops at Massage Chair House. Let me put you that way. 2 of them, matter of fact. You just can't say. Shout out to Dr. Eric Duncan. Scan the QR code and visit massagechairhouse.com. He's a leader in the massage chair review channels. You want to know why? He hosts the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan. Go check out massagechairhouse.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Here to tell you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they have partnered with Woodward Sports. They launched their new product already in May, and they are available at all retailers near you. High-Low is getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom shakalaka, a live resin-infused tarantula. This one is the bomb. Blizzard Packs, THC, Moon Rocks hit like a blizzard. Stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all the latest updates for Mad Packs. And guys, you know it works because we talk about it all the time. Mad Packs.
Smoke weed every day.
Nice. Real quick, shout out to Boone. Shout out to my guy Mike. I have the settlement. In the debate we had, was it 3 straight touchdowns from Detroit Lions offense in the red zone period? And it was not. Gibbs with a 20-yard touchdown. This is per Justin Rogers. On the offensive side of the ball today. 20-yard touchdown from Gibbs, followed by a bounce out left where he picked up a block from St. Brown for another 15-yard gain. Then the other touchdown, I believe that one was to Cleveland. So how about that? It wasn't 3 straight. Although I was counting that as a touchdown for Gibbs by my standards. All right, what did the polls say? What did we pick, Chris? Oh my! Is that a real life 50-50 split right now? I'm looking at.
Okay, it is 54. Saying 54 to me.
Okay.
54 for DJ Reed.
All right, I gotta put some of these guys in timeout. They're spamming the chat. Do they want DJ Reed? We'll do both. How about that? Play DJ Reed first if you got that one.
Yes, I do. Of course, I do.
Room or on that side of the ball that impressed you the most, maybe?
On that side of the ball?
On your side of the ball.
Shoot, a lot of guys. I would say, you talking about just training camp? I would say TA. If I had to choose one person, but there's been a lot of guys that I've thought played really well. I thought Amik has played well. Same as Kerr when he's been out there. Same as BB.
How comforting is it?
To Hutch. Hutch is a whole different story. Hutch been balling. I mean, Enzo. I mean, really the whole defense for real. DJ Reader. Campbell, our linebacker, he's been balling. I think it's a lot of guys been balling.
A lot of guys been balling. They asked him like, who's impressing you most? Brother, he couldn't stop naming names.
Fantasy jerk.
He was giving them the fantasy. I mean, he said he started with TA, which I think is important for a lot of people to hear, from a guy who played across from Sauce Gardner. He also played in Seattle. He also played in the 49ers situation. Both great defenses. Then he went on to Kirby. Then I heard a BB in there. I heard some love for Anzo in there. Did I hear love for Jack Campbell in there too?
You did hear love for Jack Campbell.
And of course, Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, listen, today, Nico Collins, would you say he's a top 10 wide receiver in the National Football League right now?
Absolutely.
Today, Terrion, 1v1 with Nico, deep ball from C.J. Stroud, who I think is one of the better deep ball guys in the league. Terrion hops up, 1v1, stride for stride. Nico Collins jumps up. Get that shit out of here, son.
No.
It was fucking beautiful. And don't get me wrong, Nico Collins got his too. He got him on a slant. It reminded me of the Calvin Johnson slant he caught against Patrick Peterson forever ago when he played against the Arizona Cardinals. But I mean, Terrion is just be ready.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Scrub your Twitters for some of the slander you had. Go through. I don't know if you guys know, on YouTube, we can go see some of your old comments. You might want to go through some of those, scrub some of those. Like, receipts are getting pulled from the Terrion Honor Slander. It's coming.
All right. So I know we have the beautiful safety net that we have in having two of the top 3 safeties in the league, but removing them from the equation, just looking at the DBs, just looking at Terrion and Amik and that crew, like this CB room is going to be top blank in the NFL, easy.
If I want to cop out, I'd say top 10. But
you feel like you're low
if
ball,
I put my
you're
nuts
safe?
on the table, I'm saying top 5.
Top 5?
If I put my nuts on the table, I'm saying top 5. And by the way, I think we might have seen the top 1 today in camp. Because Stingley and Kamari Lassiter, they're dogs. They got some good-ass safeties, too.
We were talking about that last week.
Yeah. Stingley, listen.
Stingley's unbelievable.
It was so fucking sweet to see in person. He turned Amon-Ra. This is how good he is. He turned Amon-Ra St. Brown into a defensive back and had him on the defense. Had him to swipe away the ball from Stingley, intercepting that bitch. It's just, bro. And I was a little bit high. I ain't gonna lie. But at this point, camp, I think it was wearing off a little bit. It sweated off out a little bit. It felt like this man was an octopus. It's anytime the ball was thrown to St. Brown's way when Stingley was covered, there was an arm coming somewhere. Get that shit out of here. Like it was Stingley's fucking good, man. He is good. J-Mo did beat him, though. He didn't give a fuck about that. He said, okay, you can move quick, you can read well. Can you fucking catch up to this? Touchdown. Yeah, he basically said the whole defense, because the whole defense is looking that way. Now, I've been alerted we got to go to break, because I do have Aiden Hutch on the contract. We'll get to that when we get back. I think we have a few more clips, too. But Feist, tell us about Loom Cannabis.
Summer is heating up and Michigan is buzzing. Each can delivers 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles, crafted with real fruit juice and no artificial sweeteners. They're bold in flavor but low in calories and 100% hangover free. It's all bubbles with no troubles. Perfect for poolside sips, bonfire nights, or lake day chills. Available at any of Loom's 38 locations across Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order, online or in store. Go to www.loom.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Everybody knows the best drink in the game, and they have just entered Woodward Sports Chat. It's Sun Cruiser, because Sundays in Detroit just got smoother with Sun Cruiser, vodka, iced tea, and Woodward Sports Network. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, just a clean, crisp sip that won't fill you up on game day. Only 100 calories and 4.5% alcohol. Perfect for tailgates, couch gates, or wherever you're watching Detroit football. So this season, let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser and Woodward Sports. Please drink responsibly.
Good times cruise. What up, welcome back to Woodward It's Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Christopher Platti, Justice Ottawa, Nicholas Koloff. Smash the like button. Be your friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Now, we put in the poll, Aiden Hutchinson contract, DJ Reed, on who impressed the most. DJ Reed, damn near named the entire defense. Me and Justin telling you guys top 5 defense. Not top 5 by metric, top 5, again, you get in the postseason, and you're leaving with some fucking heads. Speaking of guys who are going to lead this season with heads, we got Aiden Hutchinson talking about his contract negotiations with Detroit Lions. And gotta be honest with you, I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge.
Sign your second contract. You know, have you been in contact with the team? Has your agent been in contact with the team?
Yeah, you know, I've kind of been pretty hands-off in the process. You know, I kind of think the business side can take away from your love of the game a little bit, you know, and that's kind of the reality of the NFL. And I have a lot of people in my close circle that do deal with that, and so my main focus is out here playing football, playing this game I love. So, yeah.
When you expect an extension to happen throughout the season, or is that something we can expect after the year?
I'm not really sure. Yeah, you can ask those guys up there.
No, don't like that.
Is that okay? I'm gonna let you go first, Nick, because that's an iffy situation to read there. I don't know.
I'm out of this, out of my control, out of my hands. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, get the deal done. Come on. Let this GM, let this team cook, not have to worry about Aiden Hutchinson and his contract. Aiden, we all know you're going to get paid. We're going to be the ones to pay you. You're a generational talent. This team drafted you number 2 overall, and you have changed the whole entire outlook of this franchise. We're going to pay you. But does it have to be 45 plus million, 50 million? No. Come on, Aiden. Let us pay you. Call your agent and get the deal done.
Now, I have some positives out of that one, and I love the fact that because it can get in your head. Listen, Nick, you just got done with contract negotiations. You've been there. Like, they build you up. But then when it's their time to, like, counter you, they tear you down. Make you feel like a piece of shit. And that's why Hutch is like, I'm staying out of it.
Dead ass.
I'm playing the game I love. I'm living my dream right now. I don't want to get in any of the business side because it's going to discourage me and put my body on the line for this fucking team. Because right now I'm in fucking flow state. I'm killing it. But then the part where it's like a little iffy, if you're able to, Chris, I don't know. You've been talking shit like you're him. Can you play the last like 5 to 3 seconds of that one?
I can play the last.
Because I asked him like, what do you think that'll happen this season? In season, and he like looked up in the distance. Maybe Brad Holmes. I don't know. Maybe saw what's his name who died in the golf movie.
Chubbs.
And he's like Chubbs.
All right,
it's up to them.
Pay attention to these last couple seconds here.
It's up to them.
That we can expect after the year.
I'm not really sure. Yeah, you can ask those guys up there.
Ask those guys up there.
$50 million?
I don't even know how to conceptualize like that. What that means? There's so many ways you can take it. Is he disappointed? Does it sound like they're like willing to like wait and make him earn this thing, or like what? I mean, can you hear it, Justin?
I don't need to hear it. I watched the clip myself.
Okay.
And I can't lie, seeing how this Micah situation's unfolding, and like I know that Jerry Jones is a little bit more of a hands-on than our ownership is, but that still goes with the fact that they have to negotiate. And what we don't want to be in is the fact where the potential of him sitting out, him being, not happy with the franchise. But it's going to hurt. he's gonna get that highest paid deal in Edge history, especially if he comes out this year and wins DPOY. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
yeah,
he's going to be one of the best edges in the NFL this year, no doubt, point blank period. I think everyone can agree upon that. And he deserves to be paid like it, and he will be. And so when you look at the numbers now, expect it to be higher, because it will be.
Because it's bad boy for life.
There are no hometown discounts in reality.
Fuck no.
There are no hometown discounts
in this
reality.
sport, too, like, fuck a hometown discount. Unless you're like a Zadarius Smith on the last leg and your goal is a championship, different.
First contract, get the bag.
Get the bag.
Or
son.
if you're a quarterback that really cares about winning and have won championships and Super Bowls like a Mahomes, like a Tom Brady, you've seen it. Shout out. Hopefully we can win one.
Yeah,
so
and
golf can take a little bit
too.
of a lower amount. That's where you've seen it.
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
with you.
like, you have seen it, and it's impacted the team and their ability to win more Super Bowls. Both of those quarterbacks have won multiple Super Bowls, obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. The quarterback's different, too, because, like, if you're winning Super Bowls, you'll get that money. Say I'm going to Disney after you win that bitch. You're getting half your contract value there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll get that bread because you're the face of the team. But, yeah, him looking up the stands, like, ask those guys up there. It's like, are they not offering what he wants? It sounds like he's not getting what he wants. It's like, what? Like, it ain't up to me, motherfuckers. You know I want to play.
How far off could they be? Like, what are they lowballing him with?
Because
or does he already want to be the highest paid?
I don't even think it's a highest paid thing. I think it's a guaranteed thing. My personal opinion. I mean, Hutch ain't no dummy. And Hutch is coming off an injury. I think it's like I want this shit guaranteed.
I agree with that, Easy. I think that's probably what it is. I don't think it's a money amount because I don't think that Brad Holmes, we call him bargain bin Brad, but he's bargain bin for a reason. It's so that he can pay his guys. And Hutch is his guy, so I have no doubt that he's not offering him some disrespectful offer. No, he's offering him market value or even above market value right now for Hutch and what it would be. So to me, I think it's that easy. I think truthfully, it's the Trey Hendricks part of the equation, right? It's the Micah Parsons part of the equation. Like, it is just in Hutch's best interest to let the dominoes fall and then react to it. All three of those defensive ends are having a stare off right now. They're in that Spider-Man meme thing where they're all looking at each other. They're all looking for the bag, and nobody wants to go first because they know that the other two after them are probably going to make more money. So I think that's what it is, combined with what you said is probably a guaranteed thing just because he did have an injury, and it's not an injury that will hamper his career. It was a complete fluke injury. But look, that fluke injury costed him a whole season, so he's got to be smart about it. He's looking out for himself. So I don't think it's anything to do with Brad not wanting to pay him, with Brad failing as a GM. Like, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, and being smart about it, the Detroit Lions got to do that too because you got Brian Branch coming up that I'm sure they want to keep. Jack Campbell coming up they want to keep. Jameer Gibbs for damn sure they want to keep. Sam Laporta for damn sure they got to keep. Like, they got to be smart heading into these negotiations because they got to leave a little bit of space somewhere where they can keep the rest of the team that they're contending for Super Bowls with.
Well, cutting Hooker will free up some money. Hooker will free up some money.
Yeah, that's very true. He got one series today, by the way. If you guys are curious about hitting Hooker.
No, hard pass.
That one hurt. I know it hurt Brad too.
Oh, before we go to break, though, do you want to run through that other video?
No, we go.
Or mailbag. What do you want to do?
We'll save it for tomorrow. Or we won't be able to do it tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Got those wide receiver rankings.
But before they figure that out, make sure you go back and watch the college football show that was recorded in the live sections of the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Gives you all the coverage of the Hammer coming down on Michigan and the games this weekend. A little preview. So make sure you show us some love, like, comment, tell Haley she's doing a great job. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Do whatever you aren't real.
Chris says, I would assume that Brad and Co. want him to sign now, and Hutch agent is more betting on the production coming with the season. I don't think that at all. If you're a player, you want
Chris, you're an idiot.
You're racing to sign that. Is that you?
No. No, it's not me.
You're racing to put
That's literally opposite of everything I just said.
Yeah. I don't think it's that at all.
Yeah.
All right. We'll play a video when we come back or do mailbag chat. Again, choose your own destiny. I'll let you guys decide. But first, you got something, Chris or Nick? You put your hand up.
I was going to say, those wide receiver rankings are here.
We're saving for tomorrow. Because we were in the last 10 minutes of the show. We survived. That's crazy.
Survived?
We
thrived.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, fellas, I don't know about you, but
No,
I
Chris
can't
the real
figure it out.
MVP here.
No, I mean it was a team effort, man. Shout out to Eazy for leading the charge. But
Shout out.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't figure out why. But this is just like the most fun I've had on a show, like by far.
Because
like it's not
you
even
hardly
close.
fucked up.
It's not even close.
Yeah, there's just something about it. I'm just not quite
Right,
sure.
Nick?
Can't put my finger
Oh,
on
you
it.
guys are hating on my guy spinning.
That's crazy that you
Easy.
hated on me before.
Wow.
Before Spencer not being here.
When he comes back, we're jumping you.
We're jumping.
Both y'all motherfuckers.
Used to it.
All right. Let's
Facts.
go to break. Come back. Let me tell you guys about
Boys.
Caesars Sportsbook.
Shout out.
Apologize. Start this poll so you guys choose your own destiny. Caesars Sportsbook. Use the promo code Woodward1000. Get up to $1,000 back and bonus bets. If your first bet loses, you must bet up to $20 minimum to get that bonus bet back. Scan the QR code or visit CaesarsSportsbook.com. Promo code Woodward1000. Get the gambling hotline if you need gambling help.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep,
Lamar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Highland, New Hudson, Novi, Livonia, and Lansing. This month's specials include a 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew lease for $189 a month, and you can also get a 2026 Equinox LT lease for $219 a month. This offer ends September 10th, so get there quick.
What up, though? Welcome back. Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm joined by Nicholas Koloff,
Let's go.
Christopher Platty, Justin
Full
Satawa, and y'all good folks. We did another Choose Your Own Destiny. It's in the chat right now. I see a 42% split. Am I tripping, Chris?
It
I
is
see
42,
42% last Hutch vid.
It is 42.
And
Mailbags
17%
with
mailbag.
17.
I want to save receiver rankings for tomorrow, and last
46
Hutch
for the
vid
last
came
Hutch.
through. Run it.
All right, last Hutch vid.
Yeah, what's your take on what's possible with this group?
What's possible with the defense? I think we can and we will do some great things this year. We're going to stay healthy and we're going to dominate, and that's the standard, that's the expectation, and anything less than that with this group of guys. I mean, we've been together a long time now, I feel like, with this group, and anything less than that is not the standard.
Are you?
I accidentally unplugged something with my foot, so I didn't hear a word you said.
We're gonna dominate. That's what you love to hear out of the best defensive player in football, Aiden Hutchinson. Or at least by the end of the year, I think he's gonna be. We're gonna dominate. Sounds like they have been dominating as well. This team's gonna be really tough to beat. They're gonna have a lot of tests this season, but sounds like Aiden Hutchinson is ready to lead this defense and dominate.
That is the standard that I've set for him. I'm obviously biased when it comes to the AG stuff. I died in that hill. I don't know if I died in that hill. I think I thrived in that hill because the man got a head coaching job. But I know a lot of people are saying that Kelvin Shepard is an upgrade. As long as AG can't hear me, I think I might agree. Like, and that's no shade at Aaron Glenn. I just think Shep is just a little bit more. When take Aiden Hutchinson for example. If you've ever listened to Aiden Hutchinson talk about Calvin Shepard, he lights the fuck up. When you hear other people talk about Calvin Shepard, I mean, the words that come out of their mouths are words like genius, guru, aggressive. I think he's taking everything he learned from AG with a little bit of a linebacker's perspective and twist on it. And linebackers, I would argue, maybe outside defensive tackle or edge is probably the most aggressive position on that side of the field. And who's been getting through on some of these sacks have been Alex Anzalone, have been Jack Campbell, have been Derek Barnes. In fact, today, and the last drill they did was straight up like, there's a minute 3 left, you're down 20-23. They had Barnes on the edge in those situations. But I think Calvin Shepard is it's tough to compare him to AG because he's also working with like a full deck of cards where AG came into a scrapyard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough to have the comp, but I don't disagree that Shep might be a little bit more nastier. I'll put this as an example. I guess the way to elaborate it, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Who cares? Last year against the Commanders, when there's 12 men on the field, an opportunity to stop the Commanders from going in and scoring again. There was one coach who seemed to be aware of it, and he couldn't do anything because he was a linebackers coach. It was Calvin Shepard. He was the one throwing the tantrum on the sideline saying, what the hell is going on? We got 12 men on the field. If that's a way to articulate it, was the word I was looking for, by the way. So I'm not mad at that one. Get your mailbags in for the last 3 minutes.
No one likes you. There's no mailbags.
Well, we didn't say mailbag. We did a vote.
Yeah.
No one put mailbags in. You asked before. They don't like you.
No, we did a poll. And then mailbag lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to ruin a legacy show.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Legacy.
Dude's hating because we'll let him on the desk. I was in flow state, all right? Be a good friend to me.
I was a good friend to you.
You were a good friend to me. 4th and 60, I think AG was a little stubborn and arrogant. Shep seems more level-headed. It's that cocky DB mentality versus a linebacker mentality.
All right, I got a mailbag.
I ain't going to say that's wrong.
I got a mailbag for you.
What's your mailbag?
Would you rather have Scott Constable as an offensive coach or defensive coach?
Offensive for sure.
Neural pathways, baby. Neural pathways to the quarterback. You guys know I love the defense. You guys know I love the capitating quarterbacks. Give me him a DC all day.
Wow.
Scotty, Amon-Ra. Oh, we used to say the Ra. I'm on St. Brown. I'm Scott
Eazy.
Constable.
But Easy, you don't think a quarterback like Jared Goff
Congratulations, you
needs
just got
somebody
Amon-Ra St.
as
Clown.
enlightened
No,
as
dude.
Scott to unlock him?
Goff's already got the neural pathways, man.
He would
Okay, that's built in.
unlock JG. He would unlock MVP JG.
Yep.
JG is unlocked. Mailbag Steve Lehman. Where did Brendan Katz go? Braden Katz go is the way he spelled that one. So we have like a, I don't even know what to call it. I know in Hercules where they go grab all the souls. They're like all in like one giant pool, all the dead people.
What?
Katz has like 72 bodies in there.
Oh, what?
He may have like
block
just
the
given
count.
up. Yeah, the block the count dump.
Yeah.
Like he's got
You gotta
72
name
of
that.
them. We got. I'm trying. What? Have you seen Hercules?
No, I haven't.
You're
Too
so
young.
You are
Maybe.
too young. It's a great movie.
When's it from?
Shout out.
Am I too young?
Yeah,
It's the
90s.
Disney animated one?
Yeah.
I actually have seen that.
I'm gonna ask what it's called. Actually, I need to know what that's called.
It's like the
pool of
jar. Is it
souls?
like the jar of souls or something?
No, it's like a pool. It's like a river.
I thought it was like in that like cliff.
It's in Hades world and hell. I'm pretty sure.
Oof.
What is the River of Souls
Oof.
in the Hercules movie?
Easy Batman Forever or Dark Knight?
Refresh me on Batman Forever.
I think it's the one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
All right,
Yes.
Yeah, he said.
Okay, thank
he
God.
said you would have been. Old baiting.
It's called
boomer baiting. You would have been boomer baiting.
Boomer baiting. If I said,
I just made that up. I love that.
I
I'm
love
using that shit.
I love that.
Yeah,
Boomers do
Boomer
bait.
baiting. Yeah.
Because here's a boomer bait. I'm like, you kids don't even know. Shut the fuck. Anson boomer baits all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Anson's the boomer baiter. It's called The River Stinks from Greek mythology. If you guys are curious about that. It's a River of Souls.
Is Nick single?
Is Nick single? Who asked that?
Woodward
one?
Love Island.
Negative. Shout out. Thanks for
strike
asking.
out. Strike 3.
17 more likes and I can marry JC. She promised. Guys, help me out. Please, chat.
She promised.
There's 268 people in here. That's enough.
Please. Mailbag, FTB, FTV, FTP. I agree.
STDs and 6.
That is, we're
Did you
at
just say
7.
STDs and 6?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you guys ever had an STD mailbag?
No. Honest God, no.
Fucking liars, dude. We should,
I actually haven't.
We should do a
nope.
lie detector test. Woodward lie detector test.
Have you?
That
Okay.
would be
A
lit.
better
That'd be fun,
question.
dude.
A better question. Have you
Oh,
ever
what?
had? Have you ever had like a
Scare?
scare or like a
Yeah.
contact?
Oh,
or
yeah.
something? 'Cause I
Everybody's
haven't
had a
had
scare.
that.
You
honestly
never
haven't
met
had
a girl that you've had a scare.
No, a girl's never told me.
You just never slid in quick enough to have a scare. You've never been like, man, it can't be this easy. 3 in one night? God damn. I gotta have something on me. I gotta have something. And then you get the call back from the doctor, you're good. I've had scare.
Who would you
Because I'ma get
rather
right up in ya.
Who would you most want to see on the lie detector test here?
Spencer.
Yeah.
If you can't say Spencer.
Generational
I knew you were going to
Casper.
say
You
Spencer.
knew I was gonna say Spencer?
Yeah.
What was the question? Okay.
Who would you most want to see hooked up to the lie detector test?
I want to see Chris squirm.
Because you need someone who's like kind of closed. I feel like because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people like you could say DMAC, but DMAC's open is like
Yeah,
DMAC would just tell you whatever.
Neil or Brandon?
I think Neil.
I'd say Neil. is
Brendan's
the one.
new. And we have that picture too.
I want to hear Neil admit that he'd rather have Akil Badu walk to the plate instead of Javi Baez. I want to see him admit it and tell me he's not lying. I don't believe it.
Have you guys talked on air yet about it?
No.
Oh,
The chat doesn't know about that one.
That's wild.
Well, we just did a Dolo show, 2 hours, chat. You guys helped out tremendously. I appreciate you guys for the questions, comments, articles. We're hitting that receiver one tomorrow. Nick won't be here because he hates us.
That's true.
Let's tell the real reason.
If you don't get Bobby Witt Jr., Nick, it's never happening again. I'm letting you know that right now.
Well, I have 3 days to try to get him. He's going to have to say no to me multiple
If it doesn't
times
happen
throughout
Friday,
this weekend.
it's never happening again.
I think going Friday,
You're fucking Justin.
you
fuck Justin.
I think Friday the vibes are going to be extremely high. I have a great chance. I've gotten Buxton and Kyle Tucker. Why can't I get Bobby Witt talking Detroit Tigers top prospects and expectations? I'm really excited. I think this video could blow up not just locally, but maybe nationally.
Tomorrow's me, Justin, KG, and I believe Brendan. Brendan broadcasted at Michigan State, so I'm expecting something out of him. You better come with something if you're on the way.
Shout out.
Well, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for making the show happen. And I'll retweet the Hudson stuff and hit me up on Twitter with any articles or questions and stuff you want to talk about tomorrow. Appreciate you. We're out.